Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see behind me, I am up at Castle Hill in Huddersfield, and that's the Jubilee tower behind me. You've probably seen that on some of my previous videos. This is a great place to come when I like to experiment and practice some of my drone moves. So it's a good place because there's only one thing to avoid, as you can see behind me. So today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this DJI Pocket 2 to my backpack strap. I'm not sure if you can see this bit here. And you'll be able to see some of the moves that I do actually as that I do them. So there might not be any dramatic music or anything on this particular video, but I'll talk you through some of the moves, and hopefully one or two of you fellow drone pilots out there might be able to pick up a few bits. I do learn from other people as well on their YouTube channels as well, but a few people have contacted me and asked me about how I do some of my signature moves. Let's carry on and I'll see what I can do for you and see if I can show you a few pointers. First things first, I'll put my glasses on. So hopefully you can see this. I hope you can see the screen. Not sure how much you can see, but we do have a lot of bright sun today, so I'm just going to wait for the... There we go, I just needed the GPS to pick up. So I'm hoping that you can see my fingers. Yeah, you can see what I do. So I've got the home point set. So I'm just going to take off. Take off. The home point has been updated. I'm up in the air now, so I'm just going to gain some altitude. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. There we go. About 22 meters high. I'm going to just point the drone down a little bit. So we've got quite a bit of sun today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fly out. Just going to slightly just move over to the right and just fly past the tower first of all. The wind speed's got gusts of 15 miles per hour, so we should be perfectly fine today. It's very, very cold. It's only about 1 degree, maybe 2 today. So you can see all the frost out there. So I'm just going to get past the tower. As you can see, I'm just pushing the right stick forward. I've still got line of sight. I'm just going to turn the drone around now. We'll see where we are. Okay, so there's the tower. I'm just going to gain a little bit more altitude, so I'm just going to push up on the left stick and just straighten myself up back to where I am parked. And the first practice move I'm going to do is where I, just making sure that my hands are where you can see. My first practice move is I'm going to just try and fly by, and then at the same time I'm going to turn to my right, and eventually as I pass the tower, look back on the tower. It's quite a difficult move to do. I'm still learning it myself, so if I make a mistake on the first pass, don't get mad at me, because again, nobody's perfect at flying. So I'm just going to push forward onto the right hand stick, and then I'm going to slightly turn the left stick to the right, but at the same time I am going to move the right stick as well. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'm actually flying past the tower. I'll probably just turn it a little bit more, pick up a little bit more speed, and then as I get past the tower, I'm going to actually start to pull the stick down on my right hand side, so that I've just done a pass. Can you see what I've done? I'm not sure if you can tell, but basically I have just flown alongside it. It wasn't the smoothest of shots. I've done better, to be honest with you, but I've just realised that I've just realised I'm not actually recording on the remote, so I was busy concentrating on trying to speak and fly at the same time. It's not as easy as it looks. So yeah, it will help if I press record. So what I'll do is, sorry for my hands shaking, it's really, really cold, so this is going to be a short video. So I'm just going to get past the tower again, and I'll try again and try and do it a little bit smoother this time. Again, I'm making sure that I'm not looking too much up into the sky because the sun's quite low today because it's very, very cold. I can barely feel my hands. So I'll just turn around again now, so I'm not too far away. I think flight safety is really, really important. So if you've got anywhere like this near to where you live, it's an absolutely fantastic thing to do because, as you can see, there's nothing around me, just the tower. I'm just going to gain a little bit more altitude again, just the tower. And it's a really good spot to practice with. So I'm going to bring it back, just pushing up on the right hand stick again. Should have not gone that far actually, but hopefully you can see it on the screen. I'm trying to look at my DJI Pocket 2, which is a really handy device because it's a very, very similar camera. So again, I've not mastered this perfectly, but you sort of get the general idea. I'm having to push both sticks together, but and bring it down. It's not the smoothest of shots, as you can probably see, because I'm trying to concentrate on talking at the same time, but you get the general idea. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. Now, one of my other signature moves, I don't know if you've seen it, and a lot of drone pilots have asked me how I do this, is where I'm actually coming down from above whilst turning and using the camera at the same time. So what I'll do is I'm going to position the drone somewhere that's easy just to sort of get the general idea. So I'm just going to gain some altitude again. People do ask me about this particular one. I've got some other moves that I'm going to be showing off in the new year. I just want to make sure that I can get it right. And I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just moving this wheel here and it brings the gimbal down so you can actually look down upon. There you go. So sorry, I just had to get in line of sight. So it's this dial here will turn the, I don't know if you can see me doing that, but I'm just going to gain a bit more height. Just look down again, just pushing this wheel at the same time. So you've got to be a little bit like an octopus with this particular move. It's probably why a couple of drone pilots have struggled with it, but I'm just going to make sure that I'm not going to hit anything. So just going to gain a bit more altitude. And then what I like to do is I like to push to the right, but also push down at the same time. See, it's sort of at an angle like that. And what it does, it'll bring it to, I don't know if you can see that now, I'm decreasing in altitude and turning it at the same time. But then if you push that wheel, you'll get, if you've got to do it right obviously, but you'll get a really nice motion that looks really, really cinematic. Again, it does take a lot of practice just to get this right, but I'll just do a bit more altitude and you'll get the general idea. I've done this quite a few times. Towers and tall buildings look absolutely fantastic. So I'm just pushing around about 4 o'clock. I'm just starting to turn the gimbal now, and if I just increase the velocity, you'll get the general idea as the type of image it produces, and it looks really, really effective. Not quite lined up properly, but you'll get the general idea. So I've slightly got hold of that wheel, turning the gimbal up as I decrease in altitude, and I'm pushing this around about, not 3 o'clock, but about 4 o'clock. And you just keep both motions. Once you've got it, don't keep moving the wheel and don't keep moving the stick, and the drone will just move itself. It'll get into the right position, and then you can cut and edit accordingly. So I'll just do it again. So I'm just going to turn the gimbal. A lot of people do this sort of shot, you know, they're moving the gimbal down as they gain altitude, but I just think it's a really nice looking shot. And it looks more complicated than it is. So 4 o'clock, coming down in altitude. I'm just starting to turn that wheel now, and as I might even go towards 5 o'clock just to decrease the altitude again, and you can kind of just see the type of look. I'll just push down a bit further just so I'm losing altitude quicker. the kind of view that you're going to get from this. Sorry for me stuttering and stumbling with my words. Now what I'm going to try and do is another move that I've been working on, which is, again, you've got to do it from a high altitude above. So I'm about 59 meters above this. So, and it's where you're flying towards a particular object, decrease, and then you do the same shot. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a nice looking, and then you can actually move away as you're doing it. But I've just been practicing many things. Sorry about the sunlight. It's the sun's very, very, very low. I can barely feel my fingers actually now, so I think what I'll do is I'll end this video, but hopefully you get a general idea as to how much effort and practice that I do put into doing these videos for you. And you know, obviously flight safety is very, very, very important to me, and I just want to share some of the moves that I've been doing with other drone pilots, and obviously some of my viewers as well, as to how much effort goes into producing these videos. In fact, you can see me now, and hopefully you'll see why I like this place as well, because it's very, very quiet. The colder it is, the better, because you get less people up here, which is quite nice. I've never really had anybody bother me or anything, but I still like to fly safely when there's not many people about, and I'll just catch the drone. Hopefully you can see that on the other camera as well, but it's a nice easy landing. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope it was a little bit informative. I know I didn't do my best just then, but you won't believe how cold it is. I really cannot feel my fingers now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the new year. You might be watching this in the new year, actually, thinking about it, because I've already got all my videos lined up for the rest of December. But so yeah, you'll probably be watching this one in January. So hopefully it's a little bit warmer by then. Anyway, thank you, and take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.